All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. I'm Chris Gonzalez. I'm joined by Greg, like usual. And we also got a couple other guys in here today, as we got the con man Michael and Deontay in here. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Doing rather well, man. Glad to enjoy the show. Y'all got a great cast here. Let's roll.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
How you doing today, Greg?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Well, you sport your Chiefs gear today.
Oh yeah. Patrick Mahomes
just to lose to Justin Herbert and company.
We'll see. We shall see.
Let's start in baseball, then we'll move right into the NBA playoff recap. But in baseball, you had an interesting situation last night. You had Clayton Kershaw through 7 innings, had a perfect game, had only thrown 80 pitches, and they pull him. But then it came out that it sounded like Kershaw actually made the decision to get pulled. We'll start with Greg. What's your thoughts on that, Greg?
Well, for a pitcher to want to get pulled when he's throwing a no-hitter, either he didn't feel good about something in his body, or he's thinking long term, say, hey, I'm not trying to mess up my shoulder, mess up my elbow, so I'm a sacrifice throwing this perfect game, throwing this no-hitter for the long haul. So those are the only two things that I can think of reasons why he would want out. So, but it's too bad because it looks like he was gonna go ahead and no hit the Twins. So it's too bad.
The reliever came in the next inning and gave up a single right off the bat.
Messed it up for him.
Yeah.
Well, the announcers were talking about how there had never been a combined perfect game, and that they had a chance for it, and boom, it was a single. And it was like, well, that's over.
It's over.
What's your thoughts on it, Mike?
Well, fellas, I'm gonna keep it. I'm old as dirt, as y'all know. But how many players that have an opportunity to pitch a no-hitter, and they're just gonna give it because of analytics? Let me tell y'all something. Pitchers pitch, and I know he wanted to get out because his analytics and pitch count, whatever you want to call it. But let me tell you something. How often are you going to have the opportunity? You take advantage of that opportunity. And I feel that he should have taken advantage of it because you don't know what's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not ever get that chance a chance at that again. What do you think, Deontay?
Here's how I feel. I feel like Clayton Kershaw, I think he pulled himself out because he's accomplished everything. I think now, in the matter of his career, I think he cares more about winning than he does. Like, I'm not going to lie, pitching perfect game and pitching the no-hitters, all those accolades are nice, but at the end of the day, they're going to look at that, but they're going to see how many rings has he won. Clayton Kershaw in this generation is the best pitcher in my opinion, he's the best pitcher since Doc Holliday. I'm gonna just say that. I think he's the best pitcher since Doc Holliday. And honestly, I think he's more worried about the long haul because People don't realize pitching, it wears you out. Like we can see, in my opinion, the greatest pitcher of all time in their generation, like we're going eras, I think Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax won 20 games multiple times, did perfect games, no hitters, but his career cut short because of his pitching. So I think he's really worried about, he's getting older. I think he's worried about more about his legacy and about winning than he is about throwing these perfect games, no hitters, because the Dodgers every year are contenders. And he probably believes the reason I'm not as efficient in the playoffs as I am in the regular season is because I do all these things in the regular season. I need to rest in time management. It's like when you drop. It's like when people drop like 40 or 50 in an NBA game in a third quarter. You can break records, or in the NFL, if somebody throws for 400 yards in the third quarter going into the fourth. It's like they're like, I'm just gonna save myself. That's what I really think it is, and it sucks because he could have had another perfect game in his accolade, but he didn't care.
Fam, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but fam, when you're going that well, why would you want to? For real, if you're any sport, if you're playing at that high level, why would you want to come out based on analytics?
No, I think analytics ruin the game too. I think analytics ruin the game due to the fact that they put people that would never play the sport or look down the sports.
Yeah.
It's the people that was like, you guys actually play sports, is the ones trying to tell you how to move. I think analytics is a cause in the game.
Oh yeah, I think analytics has hurt baseball.
It ruined baseball more than anything. It ruined baseball more than anything. It ruined basketball too, but baseball analytics, since like the Moneyball Oakland A's, is ruined baseball.
So I'm with Mike on this. I think you stay in and you go for history because
goddamn right. Yes.
You might never have another chance at that for one thing. And yeah, people are going to remember your rings, how many championships you have. But if you have a perfect game on your resume, that's going to be remembered forever. And it's just, but what it does show, it shows them how different the mindset is now compared to like,
because you were
like 10 years ago in Major League Baseball. Because like now, if a pitcher you don't see starting pitchers go past 5-6 innings anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of pitchers now. It goes
like it drove me nuts last year. I'm a Reds fan, and they'll get like the starter would be in the 5th, 6th inning, only thrown 70 pitches, haven't gave up nothing. But the manager, for some reason, because of analytics, is in a hurry to get to your bullpen.
Yep.
You didn't want to use your bullpen until the 8th or 9th inning. Now bullpens are getting involved in the 5th or 6th inning of games.
I think
all the time, and that's how managers want it. And I think that's hurt the game. But as a competitor, if you're in that situation where you have, it's just hard for me when you're going that good to see a guy just go over here and say, "Oh, I don't want to throw more than 85 pitches. I'm at 80. Go ahead and take me out."
Great.
Most of your competitors they're going to go after that.
I think the problem with analytics, I think they made, like, for example, if you don't have a good enough bullpen, I wouldn't use analytics to rotate. Mm-hmm. That's personally me. The analytics out with pitching now, I'll think on certain sports analytics can work. Baseball, no, because what happened? Because let's be real, some of these bullpens in the MLB now, they're not as efficient to use analytics. If you're gonna rotate your people, at least it was like maybe like early like the Yankees were, or the Dodgers or the Cubs were at one point. You can't, if you don't have the bullpen to do it, I don't think you should.
Hey, you know something? Y'all right, but check it out. Because I know I'm old, I hit dirt, so y'all gonna be laughing. But you know something? How about just the eye test? How about just going through the eye test? Why do we have to have analytics? Go by the eye test. Somebody tired, get them out. Get them out. Why do I need analytics to tell me anything?
Yeah, because with the manager, it should be by feel and it should be by the eye test and the feel for what your players can do. Analytics can't measure. You can't measure that.
But all sports is a copycat league, though. So if you see one person, they're successful with analytics, they're going to go to analytics. So it made people there's a lot of general managers and a lot of coaches that should not be coaches, but the only reason they're coaches is because they study analytics.
Right.
Well,
And family, yo,
Yeah.
who knows better than a former player? We know as a baller, I don't know if y'all were, as a baller, we know how you have somebody come off the street, may have a master's in mathematical skills, tell me how to run a team.
Run how my thing is about that. I agree with the ball thing, foreign players too, but also if you study the game, you got dudes that have been watching and growing up playing these sports and watching sports for 20, 15, 30 odd years. Why would you do somebody that never cared about the sport, that never cared, went to like Harvard or Yale or something, and
you're right, bro. You're right.
And just tell me, oh, analytics said that we need to do this. Like if I was a coach, I'd be like this. So you're telling me, like this is like as a Chargers fan, for example, Brandon Staley's big on analytics, and people like analytics show they should go for it on 4th down. I'm in my head. If it's 4th and 5 in your own dang 20, why
go for it?
4th down.
Yeah, there's
I don't care what analytics says. That's called common sense and knowing the game. But you can't tell analytics people that. Analytics people would rather take the risk and the chance instead of studying and knowing what you're supposed to do. And that's my biggest problem with analytics, because they don't study the game. They study math equations and say so-and-so will have a better chance of shooting this 3 or have a better chance of throwing this pass at this time than this. Or that's why I hate when people be like this, when the NBA thing, and they be like this, if this person played a whole 48 minutes, this man would average 48 points, 26 rebounds, and 10 assists. I'm like, there's a reason nobody's doing that. But it's analytics room. The topic shouldn't be about Kershaw pulling out. The topic should be, has analytics ruined sports? And honestly, I would say certain sports you can use it. I'll say like basketball, I think you can use analytics at a certain degree, not that much, because basketball analytics ruin the low post game. But I think analytics could be worked right. I just think it should not have like front office, y'all. I think you should have like an analytics I don't think like people that like just study analytics should have these head coaching jobs, assistant coaching jobs, general manager. Because if you put them on a clipboard, I probably can put some high school people give them a clipboard. I'm pretty sure they can run a basketball or a football or even run a better scheme in baseball. All scheme better than do that run analytics. As personally.
Well, family, let me tell you something real quick. As far as analytics in the NBA world, only time it really matters is the foul shooting percentage. Then it matters, because you got people who cannot shoot a goddamn foul shot, and that matters when it comes to crunch time. So
analytics don't
besides
matter.
that, analytics don't mean a damn thing unless it comes down to foul shooting. Because guess what? When you're down and you need a basket, you're gonna foul someone who can't shoot foul shots.
That's common sense.
Especially in the playoffs. Because playoffs come in a half-court set. It comes down to defense, half-court set, and how well you handle foul.
And also, I'm gonna say this one thing about analytics. Analytics ruin the game of sports because it put people sitting in the table that never knew nothing about sports, just dudes that played.
Goddamn right. Yes, that's why I have a problem.
That's what it is. It put people in a table that never knew anything about sports.
I think there's a spot where analytics could have been a tool to use, but the problem is they hire, and it happens in all sports now. They hire these coaches not because of what they know in the sport, but because they'll be able to use them as a puppet. And they put the analytic people in charge, and they basically are in that guy's ear telling them what to do. And you can't win. To me, that don't work, because like we were talking earlier with the eye test, there's a feel to the game, because every game's different and players react different in different games. So you can't use analytics for every situation. The same thing don't work for every situation because everything's different. And that goes for basketball, baseball, football, any of it.
Trust me, you're talking to a guy that whole football season was depressed because of analytics. So.
Analytics will kill you every time. That's
Hey,
what I'm saying.
I know you're
Yeah,
feeling.
oh yeah,
He
absolutely.
didn't do it as
Kill
much,
you.
but Frank Reich with the Colts, he'll go for it on fourth down.
It'd be for no
Crazy
reason because, like,
situations
the
as well.
Raiders game, for example, I'm like, if the Raiders, I might get fourth down. If the Raiders stop us on this fourth down, I know for a fact they're scoring a touchdown.
That's right, they did, yo.
And I'm like, it's fourth down at their own 25. I'm like, bro, we're almost at the red zone. Why would you go for fourth? Actually, I understand you trust your team, you trust people, but analytics, sometimes you just gotta go with, all right, what's smarter?
I mean, if you look at it back in even the 90s, early 2000s, I'd like to see somebody like Kurt Schilling or somebody have a perfect game going and the manager try to go out there and take him out.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
No.
That's why I try to take Roger Clemens out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Roger
go out there
Clemens.
and try to take Roger Clemens out when
Or
he's
Pedro
has no
Martinez.
going.
Even Doc Holliday.
Try doing that. See what happens.
Now,
I don't
now
think
you
a
have
lot of
players
people-
taking themselves out. That just shows the different mentalities of our society now compared to 10
Try
or
to take
15 years ago.
Try to take Nolan Ryan out from a perfect game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, try that. See how that works.
Yeah, it's not. Analytics will kill you every time, man. I've seen it. The Tampa Bay Rays probably would have had another championship. You remember that game 6? Blake Snell was mowing them down, and the manager's like, well, you kind of know how we do it here. We're going to take you out. Dodgers came back and won the game 6.
Yeah, they took it.
And
Analytics takes people off of heat checks. Some people be hot in the analytics.
It hurt your Chiefs in the playoff in the Super Bowl or not Super Bowl playoffs going for it on that against the Bengals, going for it right there before halftime instead of just taking the 3 points. They decided to go for it on fourth down, get stopped, and that changed the whole momentum.
And that brings the
game.
momentum up. That brings momentum.
Yeah,
hey, folks, what was the worst thing that the Seattle Seahawks because of analytics?
Oh, last year.
No, Pete Carroll, that was just being dumb. That wasn't no analytics.
Pete Carroll wasn't analytic. Pete Carroll
that was just
that was dumb. Yeah, but I hear you.
You
but
have Marshawn Lynch, you know, hand the ball up.
It was based on analytics.
But still,
people said analytics showed that it would have been a better chance for you to pass the ball in that situation and run. But as a person, as a casual football fan, as a diehard football fan, everybody knew what I'm gonna do is put in the I formation and I'm gonna just give Marshawn Lynch the ball. Somebody's running the football. Or you could even do the sneaker Russell Wilson. That would have been smart. Nobody would have knocked you. All you have to do is run the ball in that situation.
Yeah, the only thing you don't do is turn the ball over. As long as you don't turn the ball over, you win the game.
And plus, Russell Wilson wasn't a veteran. Russell was like in his 3rd or 4th year. So I'm like, the smartest thing to do in that situation is to do what got you to the Super Bowl, is run the ball.
And didn't they have 3 downs?
It was second down, I think.
It was second down.
Yeah,
so
okay.
They had 3rd and 4th down left.
Yeah. And the thing about that play, the Patriots practice against that play during
Yes.
Yep.
So Bill Belichick's like, hey, stay in this situation. This is what they're gonna do. And they did it. So
that's it. All right. Absolutely.
Man. Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to the NBA, talk some NBA playoffs.
Oh no, now you're in my territory, y'all. You already know. You already know.
Last night the Hawks blew the Hornets out. I thought that was going to be a good game. I do a sports betting show as well that's on ASAP at 3:00 every afternoon, and I took the Hornets at plus 5.5 yesterday. And I said on my show, I think the Hawks will probably win the game. But I thought it would be under 5.5. But the Hawks just blew the Hornets out.
I thought it was going to be a close nail fighter too.
Yeah,
me too, as well.
But the thing about that game was, when I looked at it at first, the Hawks came in hot. Hawks, when they're hot, they're probably the most dangerous team in basketball.
And they're great at home. They're good at home. It's not very good on the road.
Yeah, they're great at home. You're great at home. You're in Atlanta, probably sold out arena. It was probably sold out arena. You got Trae Young. Trae Young, even if people don't realize, if Trae Young's having a bad night, he was still fine. People don't realize in basketball, I think even this generation, like even my generation, I have to explain to people like just because you don't score like 20 or you're not scoring efficiently does not mean you don't impact the game. Trae Young still had 11 assists. And people talk about LaMelo had 20. Well, LaMelo and Trae Young had a rough first half. Trae Young contributed in different ways. You have Hunter showed up, Gallinari showed up. They usually have like 7 people in double figures. They had 6. So if you have 6 people in double figures and Bridges is having a little bit off game, Washington wasn't a sound, Rozier wasn't a sound, you get blown out. Now, I did not know they were going to lose by 30, almost by 30, 29. But I had a feeling if the Hawks get hot, it's going to be scary. And it's scary for anybody if the Hawks get hot.
I have to agree with you, but you know one thing that the Hawks don't have? Y'all know?
They don't play very good defense.
Yeah, they don't play no defense.
Their defense is terrible.
They have no length.
Yeah, they are short. They are short, yes.
That's what might hurt them in future. They have no length. They got Capella. They got Collins. I mean, they're great. Ice Tray is a beast. I don't know how the hell he does what he does, but they're going to be a problem if the fact that they have no.
He's one of the most unstoppable players in basketball. Trae Young's one of the hardest players to guard because he can draw the foul, he can shoot. Like, I hate when people compare him to Steph Curry because their game is totally different if you watch it. Steph Curry is more outside in. Trae Young is inside out.
Inside out.
I agree. Yeah,
Trae Young is inside out. Trae Young will do more damage in the inside than out because he averages like 7 assists, 7 foul, 7 free throw attempts a game. So he's going to get to the line.
And Steph Curry moves more without the ball.
Yes, Steph Curry is great off the ball. That's why Golden State works so perfectly because all of them can play off the ball. Trae Young need the ball in his hands. But I think this game just is like this is the second year back to back where the Hornets lost in the play-in. I think right now with this roster, and they're a young team. Don't get me wrong, they're a young team. They're nice, but I think at best right now they're a play-in team, and I think they keep Melo because unless they put a better team around Melo, Melo's going to end up going to LA. That's going to be the first place to go after LeBron leaves. So I think they need to put a better team around him. And y'all say LA, you got to realize LeVar Ball, LA, big baller brand. That's all they. Lonzo wasn't the guy to be in LA.
Mm-mm.
Remember, LeVar said his best son is LaMelo. He said that Lonzo was the second pick.
Yep.
Freddie said, "Come on to LA."
Y'all think Lonzo was nice? Y'all think Lonzo was nice? The youngest is a problem, and we all see that. The youngest, LaMelo has, but LaMelo can be the best point guard in basketball. He has that potential. Him and Ja neck and neck can be Ja and Trae Young can be is going to be fighting like in the future, like when Chris Paul, Curry, all of them retire. Who is the best point guard in basketball? Best player we already know is going to be Luka Doncic. Best scorer is probably going to be Jason Tatum, but the best point guard is going to be out of them 3, and that's what people don't realize. But
it's going to be Ja.
I love Ja. I'm not going to say anything negative about Ja. Ja's probably my favorite player to watch right now. Memphis, if y'all don't watch Memphis is the most fun.
Oh, Memphis is fun to watch.
Yeah, Memphis is.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, all young.
People talk about
salary
the
cap,
best young team in Denver when they're healthy. No, I think Memphis is the best young team even when Denver's healthy.
Hey, family, check this out, family. They have not one max.
Steven Adams is their youngest. Steven Adams is their oldest player.
And they have no max play, meaning what I'm saying, they have room for salary cap.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the Grizzlies or the Hornets?
I'm talking about Memphis.
Yeah,
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. They're gonna. I don't know. Honestly, if I was them, I'll keep that young core because Dylan Brooks, Desmond Baines, Jaren Jackson, John Morant. They're getting nothing.
And
they're getting
sharp
better.
money.
And plus, they just need it. They honestly, I think everybody needs a veteran. I think they just need a veteran that can teach them how to win. Like for example, Minnesota with Pat Bev changed their whole culture. You can get somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
I literally will have Memphis. Okay. Memphis is a contender still, but I think just because they're young right now, they're gonna have to deal with some of these growing pains. But if they get like a veteran, like a solid veteran that can teach them stuff, teach them how to win, and been on championship pedigree and stuff, they're gonna be, because every great player needs a veteran to teach him how to win and how to carry. Well, LeBron James was the best player in basketball, and he still needed D Wade to teach him how to win these championships and stuff.
And
Kobe
family,
needed Shaq.
Yeah.
what NBA teams need is freedom. What I mean by that is financial freedom, and they have that.
I think Charlotte, well, Melo can get people to play with him.
How much longer will they have the financial freedom though? Because these young players here in a couple of years,
y'all's getting a max.
These players are going to have to start getting.
That's why you do it now.
Yeah,
That's why you do it now.
Yep.
Better do it now.
Yeah. What do you think? They probably got what two or three couple year window before they're going to start.
I think they got a 3-year window at best, a 3-year window, because John Morant's going to get the max, super max. Either Jaren Jackson or Desmond Baines is getting the max. Dylan Brooks. Probably. I think Dylan Brooks is going to end up going.
So it's going to be hard to keep that core together once everybody starts.
Yes, that's why you do it now. That's why you do it now.
Yeah, it's just like in the NFL. If you watch the teams that have a great quarterback or a good quarterback for Herbert as example, you get a guy like that and he's on that rookie contract. That frees up the money so you can build a team around him. And that gives you that 3 year, 4-year window before you guys start paying that quarterback.
You hear what most people say when the quarterback gets the big contract, that's when you realize they're not going to be in the championship window for a minute. Because, for example,
not only that, when you win a championship, look how many teams, when they win a championship, how many players do they retain?
Only team I've seen retain a lot of their players is Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa did.
Other than that, usually everybody leaves.
And that's because Tom Brady is married to somebody that's worth $300 million. And Tom Brady's Tom Brady, so he don't care.
You're right.
But mostly, like, for example, like I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes. The reason y'all ain't keep Tyreek Hill is because Patrick Mahomes' contract.
Yeah, that was part of it. And plus, he wanted the $120 million. We already knew the Chiefs wasn't going to give him 100. Not with the needs that they needed.
Because y'all are going to pay Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. Y'all can't pay all three. Another example, Aaron Rodgers. They couldn't really pay Devontae what they really wanted to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
No. After contracts mean something. The only reason Cleveland got Amari Cooper is because, let's be real, Amari Cooper last year wasn't as good as we know he is because of Dak. But after next season, plus this season isn't. But even with Cleveland, it looks like $1 million this season.
But even with Cleveland, they got Cooper, but they lost Landry.
They're probably gonna have to pay Myles. They're not giving. There's no way they're gonna pay Myles Garrett. No, they're gonna lose Denzel Ward more than likely because they're not gonna be able to pay him or Myles Garrett. They're gonna have to pay one or the other. You're gonna have to pay Chubb. If you don't pay Chubb, you're a fool.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
Chubb and Hunt. Both of them is probably gone.
We're not cheap, baby.
There you go. We're not cheapskates.
Like people don't realize that's why a lot of young teams now flourishing. Like Memphis, Denver's another young team. I think those are the two best young teams.
I would like to see them two teams go at it with Denver healthy and Memphis healthy. Them would be some fun games.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
I'm not gonna lie. Memphis versus Minnesota is going to be a fun series.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun series.
Oh, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that.
But I got a question for y'all on this play. And since we watched this play, and we saw both LaMelo and we see Anthony Edwards in the biggest stage, like in a playoff setting game.
Yep.
Is it hard to say Anthony Edwards might be a better player career-wise or length-wise than Melo?
Ooh.
I think Anthony Edwards could be another Dwayne Wade.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Anthony Edwards is Dwayne Wade. I think so. Their game is just like the same. It's just the same. Wade.
And he's only in his second year, bro. That's kind of.
But they could. I said that's his peak. I ain't saying he's up there now. I'm saying he is potentially. I think potential-wise, Anthony Edwards could be just as good as Dwayne Wade. I ain't gonna say he had accolades like Wade. Wade, not the 3 rings, not all that. I don't think he had accolades like Wade. But I think he'll be just as good as Wade.
But you know something?
Melo's
because he's in Minnesota,
best player in basketball.
Because he's in Minnesota, he's not going to get the publicity that.
I think he's not going to stay in Minnesota. I think after this contract, because who are you going to keep? D-Lo?
Okay.
I think he's not going to stay in Minnesota. Let's be real. Name somebody besides Karl Anthony Towns that stayed in Minnesota.
KG, that was it.
And KG left.
Yeah, he left. He got
he
up.
Was tired.
Yeah, he got up.
Nobody. I think Anthony Edwards is going to go somewhere that he's comfortable. I think he's going to go somewhere he's going to get paid and they're going to win. I think Anthony Edwards, I think he's a competitive guy. I think he loves to compete.
Yep.
But he loves football too. I think, like, if you love football players love to compete. They don't care win, lose, or draw. They love to compete. Basketball players the same way. But the Anthony Edwards and LaMelo thing, I think you couldn't do either wrong with one or the other. But I think Anthony Edwards showing because when Cat fouled out, Anthony Edwards took over that game, him and D-Lo.
I know my opinion on that, fam, is the fact that
and Clippers
Anthony Edwards, he relies on his physical ability, whereby it's like same with John Morant. He's going to get hurt. Within 2 years, he's going to get hurt because he's so physical. He jumps so goddamn high, and he's going to do something to hurt I hope not, his physical ability to perform. Just like a Derrick Rose. I feel the same way with Anthony Edwards. I hope not. I
can see what you're saying because he's very athletic, and sometimes he's a step on Diggs too. And then I get what you're saying because his game, a lot of his game is based on a lot of athletic ability right now.
Oh yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
But I think he can be like for example, Westbrook game is based on athletic ability too, though, and he's had a pretty long career. D Rose, unfortunately, had a catastrophic injury. Like, I think Anthony Edwards, honestly think players like learned from D Rose and they realized we can't just have our game based on athletic ability. For example, look at Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson game is based on athletic ability.
Oh, that guy.
If points in the paint, you can't stop him. He's really efficient, but he's always hurt.
Yeah, always hurt. Yeah.
Since you brought up Zion, if you're the Pelicans,
go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
Do you sign Zion to a extension?
Oh, you asked my question already. I'm gonna hear what the fellas gonna say on this one.
No,
I don't think so.
No,
because he's always hurt. He only played 85 games.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay somebody to be sitting on the bench. No.
But when he plays, he's great. I think he had like 25 points.
Yeah, look what that Pelicans team's doing right now without him. Just
exactly.
Think if he was playing,
he doesn't want to be there either.
Yeah.
You can tell. He doesn't want to. He's acting like how Simmons. People.
I think he wants to go to New York.
I think
he wants to get to the Knicks.
I think he wants a bigger market.
Well, I think he wants to get to the Knicks and also to play with Barrett.
Great question.
Barrett and Ken Reddish.
Yep.
Hey.
If I was him, I'll trade him because honestly, you want to be real with you? It's the Knicks. You can get something from the Knicks.
What's your thoughts on him, Mike?
Wow, yo, man, that is a tough one. I mean, I'm trying to look at it from a management standpoint and as a team standpoint. This guy is what, 21, 22?
He's 21.
He has so much of a future ahead of him.
He has high potential.
Wow. In a organization that is a low market. Oh man.
If you're trying to fill up seats, I would sign him. But if you care about winning games, because look at this. What I'll do, honestly, I'll trade Zion for some picks and some quality players, and I'll run the team around McCollum and Ingram. Because McCollum, since he's been there, he's averaged 25 and 8.
Oh, he's nice. He's nice.
Oh, yeah, hooping. He's been hooping.
Yeah, but McCollum, people don't realize McCollum, honestly, has been one of the most underrated players for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
And he's showing y'all that if you – because him and Dame, I think, in Portland, besides Curry and Clay, they were the best backcourt, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, McCollum didn't
Now, fellas, but
deserve that
besides
because he played with Lillard.
Besides Adam Morrison, who got drafted number 1 by the Lakers, we all know about him. When you draft a player number 1, you kind of like not have to deal with it, but you're responsible for that number 1 pick because you're going to be judged by that number 1 pick. And that was him. So I think I'm not agreeing with it. I think they're going to keep him and they're going to pay him the max.
I don't
agree with it. I will
understand. I understand why they will sign him. But if you're asking me as a team, as I'm thinking for the bigger picture, I'm in my head thinking we're just as good without him than we are with him. You have CJ McCollum, you have Brandon Ingram, you have Jose Alvarez, which is a nice pickup.
Yeah,
nice pickup. You have Herb Jones showed everybody that man plays defense.
Yeah.
You have a nice around team.
It's a tough decision.
If you could trade Zion and you can get, first off, if you can get a first round pick, most likely. They probably give you Julius Randle, which Julius Randle in that system, he's more reliable than Zion. And Julius Randle in that system, he could probably do something. He'll do a lot more. You'll get other players around him. They might throw in Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose don't have to play as much because the reason he got hurt in New York because he played a lot. Mm-hmm. You can build a bench and you can build some solid veteran leadership, veteran players, and they'll be a nice solid team because you still got Valanciunas and Valanciunas is a very good player. You have the roster to do it, and I honestly would think about it, but I wouldn't knock nobody for signing him because first off, people are going to come to see Zion play. Zion is, if you see his Instagram following, he is crazy. Like all the dunks he do, but also have a problem with he's like 300 pounds and he's that athletic. People don't realize if you're jumping that high and that powerful, your knees is gonna mess up. Yeah, knees mess up and they're not even that athletic. People mess up their knees.
It's a tough decision.
And out of 200 games, he played 85. People realize he basically played one full season in the NBA.
I was gonna say, yeah, he hasn't played many games at all in the NBA. He's starting to go down the path that I hate to say it, that Greg Oden went.
I hope not. I hope
that won't happen because Greg Oden. I watched Greg Oden play in high school because he played here in Indiana.
Really? I didn't know.
He went to high school in Indianapolis at Lawrence North. Him and Conley. Mike Conley was on that team as well. So I used to watch them guys in high school play because then they both went to Ohio State. But and it'd be it's a tough decision. But I think they're probably going to sign him. Unless I just don't know what we don't know what's going on behind scenes unless they know he don't want to be there and he's already told them. But
his family even says
he's bought in. I think they're going to sign him to an extension because they look at that core they have now, and if you add him with McCollum and Ingram, man, that's
what I'm thinking. He cares about winning.
All under 25. All under 25, yo.
Honestly,
all under 25.
If he cares about winning,
you can lock all three of them in 4 or 5 years.
They have the potential to be the best young core in basketball if he cares about winning. But I think he cares about winning, but I think he more cares about his brand too. He's trying to think bigger.
Since we're talking
now,
about
looking from a management standpoint, fellas, are you looking for 1 year like the Lakers? Because LeBron's 88 years old and they're all old. Are you looking for the future? So
it depends on what I have now. Like, for example, the Lakers when they got LeBron, they knew they was in a win now mode. But if you got a young core, I'm thinking about
keep it.
That's your money.
I will take
build off it. Yeah.
My personal opinion, I will take my young core where I know I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks route before I take any other route.
Well, what you said there is exactly where the Lakers messed up. They got LeBron and then they got rid of all their young core.
Exactly.
Think where they would be right now if they would have kept Ingram and Lonzo and you had Caruso. So if you kept them guys and let them
I
guys
think it
grow.
would have got better. People talking about it was a pressure on the LeBron. I think that
they got in too big of a hurry to try to win that championship. Now they're going to be in rebuild mode.
Yeah, now when LeBron retires, the Lakers are probably going to be, unless LaMelo actually goes there, the Lakers are probably going to be like how they were when Kobe retired. Is going to be exactly how the Lakers were.
They're going to go back to another long run of not making the playoffs.
And people saying AD wants to go to Chicago, so AD doesn't want to be there after LeBron retires. So they're just going to go in rebuild mode. Their best player is most likely going to be THT.
And you can't depend on AD to stay healthy, so you really can't make him the guy.
Yeah, that's a mess.
He's not heavy on me.
And he don't want to play the 5.
He's more. I see why, because honestly, his body's brittle. He can't bang like you. My thing is, this is my thing about AD.
I don't think he should play the 5 all the time, but sometimes I think
you can move him to the
5.
He can't even get on the court.
My thing is about this. My thing is about AD's injury prone, this, that, and third. There's one guy that's I think was injury prone too, but he changed how he changed his whole body and he became better. And that's Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid didn't play for 2 years.
Yes.
And he's still injury prone.
Yeah. Okay.
Joel
Yeah.
Embiid,
I got you.
he went to the offseason and he said, I'm going to lose weight.
And
I'm going to build my stamina endurance. And he's now more in the block. Because people said, when Ben Simmons leaving, you put Joel Embiid in the block, he's the best big man in basketball.
Now he's going to be – look, he's probably going to be the MVP this season.
I think he should. Yeah. I think if he doesn't –
I think Jokic. I think Jokic.
I think Jokic.
I
think Jokic should get it.
I think Embiid, because you got to realize Embiid, first off, when was the last time you seen a big man lead the league in scoring?
Long time.
Embiid is getting buckets. Yeah, Embiid is he's playing just like he's playing just like Shaq was when Shaq won MVP. I get Joker's top 10 in points, rebounds, and assists. That's crazy. They're also the 6th seed. And they're talking, and people talk about that. If you want to bring up less talent, let's talk about Luka Doncic too, though. But we're not talking about Luka Doncic the same way. But I honestly think he's a top 3 seed. When the Harden was struggling, he still carried the team. He was getting 30 and 12 almost every night. That's why I think it should be Embiid. I will pick Embiid personally because last year too, and nothing. I think Embiid had a better year than Joker last year.
Good point. I think
Embiid
Jokic, whatever his goddamn name is, I think he has a less talented team. Hey, I keep it real. I think he has a less talented team.
I call him Joker most.
Yeah, Joker. Yeah,
the Joker.
I'll call him a Joker.
That's a cold. Don't get me
they
wrong.
Lost Murray.
Cold boy.
I mean, to do what he's done, my first pick would be Embiid, of course, but Joker, I can't say his name right. Joker, I think, is the man because look who he has to deal with.
He's the best big man in basketball.
Name another.
Jokic is the best big. Yes.
Joker's the best big man.
Porter, he lost Murray. Who he has? Nobody.
Well, if we're using that argument, we can do Luka Doncic too, though, because Luka Doncic never played with an All-Star, and he averaging 28, 8, and 8, and he's the 4th seed.
Good point.
Yeah.
Although my boy is playing out of his mind.
Jokic is putting up better numbers this year with less talent around him than what he did last year.
That's what I'm saying. I get it.
When he won the MVP.
He's having a better year last year, but I think Embiid had a better year this year. So I think how they're going to do it, they're going to max out. And plus, it's historical because I personally never seen. I don't know about y'all. I've never seen a center top 10 in assists. Well, Wilt Chamberlain I know did it, but I never seen it. I never seen nobody lead the league. His top 10 in points, rebounds, or assists. That's crazy to me. But I like Embiid to the fact that the record, and plus he got.
How often have you seen a center run point guard like he does?
Yeah, he runs the fast break.
He does everything. He does everything.
When they get Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. back, that's going to be a crazy team to watch. That's going to be a crazy team.
What do you guys think about the play-in games on Friday? We have the Hawks at the Cavs and the Pelicans and Clippers.
Well, them is some good.
Hawks and Browns is going to be the best game.
NBA is fantastic.
Going to blow out the Clippers.
It's going to be some good games. Don't sleep on Cleveland.
I'm not.
Don't sleep
They
on
almost beat Brooklyn by 7. And they only
Yeah.
lost by 7.
Garland's
They
one
lost
of
by 7, and they were down 20 in that game and came back. So
and Garland is a
Really,
mess. He's off the hook. He's
Brooklyn didn't have
unbelievable.
that first quarter run, they would have lost that game.
they would have lost. Yeah.
That first quarter where Kyrie Durant just took over.
Yeah, because the Cavs fought back. They got within 6 three different
The
times.
next thing you know, Kevin
man,
Durant.
And then
that's-
Durant
that's
hit a
tough.
dagger every time to change the momentum, get the momentum.
Every time they went up, every
I
time
don't
they
know.
went down 6, Kevin Durant. Midi. You
I
can't
don't know.
guard him.
That's
Most
I don't
unguardable
know.
player in the league.
But I think the Hawks are coming in so hot, but the Hawks don't play they play different on the road.
And
this is gonna be
also
a
the
road
question
game
is,
for 'em,
where are
too,
they
so.
playing?
Yes, I was just going. Yeah,
Where are they
where are they
playing?
playing?
They're
Is
playing
it
in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's at Cleveland.
In Cleveland, I might put Cleveland.
That's why I favor Cleveland a little bit because of that.
Yeah, because the
I
Hawks
think
don't
Trae
play
Young's
like
going to
that.
show up, but unless he get a second star, I think this might be the game. If they win, Trae Young got to get a 40 and 10 game. And he's capable of doing it.
Tough
He's doing
call.
multiple
That's
times.
tough.
He averaged like 28 this
They're
year.
going to be fun games to watch tomorrow night. Because I
Now,
think the
Hell
Pelicans
yes,
beat the Clippers.
absolutely.
And I think the Clippers will only beat the Pelicans if Paul George go crazy.
I'm not going to lie. Pelicans impressed me. They impressed me last night. I watched that game, and man, McCollum, just the way he took over that game,
McCollum had like 19 in the second quarter.
Yeah,
they were
he's
impressive last
19.
night. I think the Clippers are going to have trouble with them.
The Clippers
Yeah.
only win that game. Someone has to help Paul George. It can't just be Paul George scoring 35 and then nobody else does.
That's how usually
Somebody
the
else
games
has
are,
to
though.
do something.
That's why
He
people talk
ain't
about
got
Paul George.
nobody. He ain't got
It's
nobody.
usually Paul George getting
Robert
30 and
Jackson,
33,
somebody has to do it.
and Reggie Jackson is supposed to be a third guy.
Yeah,
on
Reggie
the
Jackson.
second scoring.
Yeah, he
option.
get about 20, 22, maybe.
Terrence
Man, he's a
Mann.
good player, don't he? But
Like, they
that's
don't
not
get
gonna be
nobody.
enough.
Reggie
I don't
Jackson
think.
will give him numbers, but nobody else will like score for real.
Yeah,
It's
somebody
just
else has to.
Paul George,
Yeah.
and it sucks. But I think they're gonna be better. I think this ain't their year. I think when Kawhi comes back next year, and they add I think if they add a solid big man,
Is Kawhi going to come back next year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
I think so. Where will Kawhi go?
Yeah, I don't know where he would go. I
Where would he
hope
go?
he comes back. I want to see that team with him and George both healthy, because they could contend if they build around him and George. They could be contending in the West.
That's the best defensive wing in defensive wings in
Yep.
basketball.
Yeah.
Like so,
That
I
both,
love
that both can get you 25 to 30 points a night. as
I think
well.
also the Clippers, it showed that Patrick Beverly not paying him cost them, because Pat Beverly, people don't realize they was like he only had 7 points and
You didn't need him for his offense. You needed him on the
He's
defense.
a beast.
defensive-wise,
He's a thug.
sets the
He's a
tone on
thug.
defense.
Yeah,
You
that's
set-
on defense.
Nope,
He gets
people
under
don't realize
the
he's
other
like-
team's skin.
You
He gets
set
under their skin and gets them out of
sets
their, and
the
get them out of
tone.
their game.
if
Kinda
you
He's
like
like that.
Kind of like what Draymond does with the Warriors. Draymond's that
Yep.
grip for the Warriors.
every
Every team like
championship
Tucker
team,
was with Milwaukee.
Yep.
Every
And that's
team
what worries me
needs a
about
thug.
Milwaukee
I
this
think
year.
every championship team need a guy that sets the tone.
That
for the
worries
team.
me about
Every
Milwaukee
team-
this
I
year
should say thug.
because they lost Tucker.
No, I think Giannis sets the tone. Giannis can set the tone.
Yeah, but Tucker helped them on setting that tone.
Tucker
on
was a
on
huge
defense.
loss.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
defense.
Every
he was the one that
team
guarded
needs
Durant.
I'm telling y'all, every team needs I won't say thug because it's not right. Every team needs that type of play.
But
The
who you
Clippers
guys
are
got?
right there.
Hmm?
No, I said the Clippers are right there. They're real close because
They're Kawhi. I think they're Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, if Kawhi
I think they're
doesn't get
Kawhi
hurt,
Leonard away from contending.
yeah, if Kawhi doesn't get hurt last year, they would have beat the Suns in that conference final.
I think they will beat the Suns this year with Kawhi healthy.
And see, I don't think Ty Lue's getting the credit he deserves for the year.
Ty Lue's one of the best
yeah.
For the year the Clippers have
I'm
had
with
this
you on
year.
that. Yeah.
With all
How
the
he-
injuries they've had, and to be where they're at,
How he
Yep,
subs
I agree.
and how he rotates
He's
like
awesome.
players, he knows when to put them in. He's the best at doing that.
so how many games did Paul George miss? He missed a lot of games this season too. And for the Clippers to still get into the play-in, I mean,
It says a lot about his coaching. But my question is, who do you guys got in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals? And who do you have as y'all champion? The championship.
I have it being the Bucks and the Suns again.
I got the rematch
Final.
too. Bucks and Suns rematch.
I think the Suns get their championship this year.
I have Golden State and Brooklyn as my
Golden State. Even I think if Curry doesn't come back this series against the Nuggets, they're not beating the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, if Curry doesn't play, then yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah.
But in the conference finals, I think conference finals is going to be Memphis and Phoenix.
But just like we talked yesterday, Chris, I said if Golden State finds a way to pull this off, this will be the hardest road out of all the championships they won because they would have to beat a pretty good Denver team, a very good Memphis team, a very good Phoenix team, and then a very good Brooklyn team.
But also, you can argue, play devil's advocate. I don't know if any team they played in the West is better than that Thunder's team that they went to 7 with, or that Houston team they went to 7 with.
Come on, Davian. Now the Bulls are coming out of these, man.
The Bulls haven't beat a good team all year.
They're not coming out of these this year.
No, I'll say this, damn, the Bulls will not get swept. The Bucks will not sweep them. So there.
It's gonna be they're gonna win in 5 games.
Yeah. So
but I think the Eastern Conference Finals is gonna be Boston versus the Bucks.
Yo, you're wrong. No.
Who you got, Mike?
Who you got?
I don't got. Hey, I live 20 minutes from Boston. Boston ain't winning nothing. Yo, giving too much praise to Marcus Smart.
Whoever wins between Boston and Brooklyn is going to the conference finals to me.
It won't be Boston.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that series is going to see the Bucks in the conference finals.
And now Williams is not going to be playing, right? Time Lord, whatever the hell y'all call him. He ain't going to be playing. I'm going to tell you right now, the Celtics, although they're playing great, they're on a road. They have a great defensive team. They developed over the course of the year. I give a lot of props to their coach, and I have the utmost respect. But in the playoffs, it comes down to players. It comes down to half court. It comes down to foul shooting. And the Celtics will not mess with Brooklyn.
I think the Celtics is a half court team too, though. I don't think they're I don't think they're full. I think they're a half court offense. I don't think because most of their game is isoing with Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, Brown. Yeah. And that's how that series. That's where that series is going to be win or loss. It's going to be between Brown.
KD is going to be KD and Durant, KD and Kyrie versus Jalen Brown and Tatum.
Right.
And that's where.
When do they play?
First round.
Saturday, I believe. Right?
This Saturday.
No. Sunday.
Or Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday.
Okay,
Sunday.
Okay. All right.
3:30 Sunday.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm tuned into that series.
Okay.
That's gonna be very
today.
Good.
All right. The Nets have 4 days to plan and find out what's going to happen. When you have time to study the other team's offense, defense, whatever, and don't you think Kyrie has a little something to prove to the Celtics?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, if it comes down to, because I think it's going to be close, all the games are going to be close. If it comes down to, like, let's say 2 minutes, who would you rather trust? The Nets with Durant and Kyrie or Tatum and Brown?
Kyrie and Durant are better offensively. They're better scoring options. It's harder to guard them.
Yeah.
Hard to guard.
Hard to guard KD and Kyrie, yes.
That's all I'm saying.
They're probably they're top 5 the best offensive players in the league. Both of them are in the top 5.
And you know when you play in the playoffs, right? All because the other team knows your schemes, your plays, whatever. It comes down how you break it down. And you know something? There's no breaking down the KD because he can shoot anytime, any place on the court, no matter what you play. And Kyrie, best handle I've ever seen since my boy Isaiah. So he can get anywhere he wants to get on the court. So when you come down to crunch time, who do you trust? You trust Marcus Smart? I'm just keeping it real. You trust Marcus Smart at the end of the game.
But Tatum is an end of the game player too. Tatum, I think he's
nice.
Tatum jumped from. I think this year he jumped from what he is. Tatum is nice. Was nice, but I think Tatum went to that level where he has potential. Sky is the limit. He can legit be the best player in basketball.
Yeah. I think he's only 25. He has a lot of upside.
He has a lot of you got to realize they still got probably like 10 to 13 years of Jason Tatum. Like and Jaylen Brown can be Jaylen Brown can be a top 10 player in basketball himself. I
agree with everything you're saying, but not now. But
I think, and also I think the Celtics play together more collectively. Yes, I like the Nets. Nets can't play defense.
Nope.
Besides Bruce Brown, besides Kevin Durant and Kyrie, it's hard for them to score. Mm-hmm. Bruce Brown can't shoot. Cam Johnson can't shoot. You can see.
He played good the other night, and they got
Bruce Brown. They played.
They got Steph Curry. They got Brown.
You got to double Durant. If you're doubling Durant and Kyrie, it's because they got cooking. You got to double them, so everybody else gonna get involved. Bruce Brown, everybody else can't score at their own will. Cam Johnson's nice. I like Cam Johnson. Claxton, I like Claxton, but they don't have other people that's gonna sit there and say, if you get KD and Kyrie, because you got this. Who's their third lead scoring option? It's hard to think that they're gonna. I know with Boston. Marcus Smart is better than what they got there, besides KD and Kyrie.
Marcus Smart is the better third option, yes.
Is the better I disagree. I disagree with y'all. I disagree with y'all. But hey, we all have our opinion. I don't like the Celtics. I live 20 minutes from them. I don't like them, so I'm going to be.
One thing that could affect that series.
I'll take Brown.
Is they're saying that Ben Simmons is going to come back and play sometime during the Celtics series. They're saying maybe game 3 or game 4.
Oh, you're going to start popped on or something?
How big of an impact do you think he'll have with the Nets? I think he'll help a lot in the defensive end.
The Celtics, I ain't gonna lie. If that happens and Ben Simmons come, I don't know. I'm looking. I've seen it too, but I'm like, I don't know if he is. I don't know if he's not. All I'm saying is, if Boston got to win at least 2 games, have to have that series tied before Ben Simmons come back. They don't have that series tied before Ben Simmons come back. It's going to be It is going to be a rough series.
Well, y'all remember Ben Simmons has never played with them. They don't
he hasn't played.
I think they're just going to use him as.
And he hasn't played he hasn't played in the NBA for a year and a half.
Defensive identity. I think they just need a defensive identity.
Yeah, I think he helps on the defensive end.
That's all they need.
It's also going to take him a while to get his leg. It's going to take him a few games to get his leg under him.
How much is going to help defensively if he's not in shape?
You can help better than what they do now. They're better than what they do now.
I would hope he would have stayed in shape.
I would think that.
Honestly,
he would help.
If I was Simmons, I'll just take this year off.
I'm with you.
I mean,
he's still getting paid all that money, so
he's getting paid. He might as well take this year off because I don't know. Because honestly, I still don't think. I think it's the Bucks. I got Bucks and Suns. Like Chris, I got Bucks and Suns just a rematch in the finals, and I like the Bucks winning it all again. I think Bucks are going back to back. I honestly think Ayton, that whole front court can't do nothing with Giannis and Middleton when he gets hot.
But you would hope the Suns would have learned their lesson from last year, and quit letting Giannis get to the basket and make him shoot jump shots. Like it wasn't hard. That wasn't a hard defensive, adjustment to make in the final last year. It's like, can y'all build a wall and make them shoot jump shots? They just let Giannis get to the basket, do whatever he wanted. That was the reason why the Suns lost that final. And plus, Chris Paul vanishing for those 2 games.
Chris Paul got hurt though. In the middle of conference finals, so the problem with Chris Paul he's always got hurt. It's always hurt. Because honestly, I think if he wouldn't got hurt at Houston, he would have had one. But I think it's legit finna be Bucks and Suns again, and I think the Bucks.
I thought prior to the Nets making
because
that trade.
Simmons isn't MJ, dude.
Yeah, he ain't Jordan. He ain't Jordan.
Hey, but fellas, prior to the Nets and Philly making that trade, what was the Nets' weakness besides defense?
And Nets' weakness?
They needed a third scorer.
Yeah, they need a third option.
No,
What else?
Ain't
rebounding
defense.
too.
No defense.
They needed a
rebounding.
big.
Yeah, big man. Yeah.
I think they're gonna move,
And they got one now.
I think they're gonna use Ben Simmons more of a big and facilitate like Joker, and I think they're gonna use him like Joker.
Fellas, what I'm trying to tell you is Drummond is going to make a big impact. I'm trying to tell y'all something.
And Curry. Curry's been a big pickup for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Now that can be their third option if Seth Curry. He can be their third.
Watch out! I'm telling y'all, watch out.
Now, if you're saying who's a better third option, Seth Curry or Marcus Smart, then yes, Michael, Brooklyn has a better third option with Seth Curry. Yes.
I forgot about Seth. I can say Seth Curry a better option.
Yeah, you forgot about that, huh, bro?
Yeah, he's a better third. Yeah,
he's a better third. I'll give you that. I forgot about Seth.
Who you got in the finals, Mike?
I'm going to go. Gotta go with the Suns. I think Milwaukee they're healthy. I think they have the wherewithal. I think they have the bench. I think they have everything going in their favor, and they got the man in the middle who's off the hook. I'm going to go with Milwaukee and Phoenix in the finals. And my pick will be, y'all going to be surprised, I'm going to go with Phoenix. I think my boy Chris Paul is going to get his just due finally.
That's what I think too. I think I had the Suns and Bucks, and I think the Suns is going to win it all. You, Greg, who'd you have? You had Brooklyn,
Golden State, and Brooklyn. Yeah, I have Golden State winning it all. I'm gonna go with the vets. I'm gonna go with the vets. They've been there and done
to me, Golden State all depends on Steph's health.
Oh, come on. Yo, man, I had all that respect for you, bro, but now I'm not.
I think if Golden State,
I'm just joking, bro.
I won't knock Golden State if Steph Curry comes back healthy.
Yeah, if he's healthy, then yeah, Golden State's gonna have a chance.
But I think top to bottom, that's why I think it's hard. It sucks because I think the Bucks just got Phoenix number just because of the matchup. But top to bottom, the Suns are the best team in basketball, I think, and everybody knows that.
Yes.
So it's gonna be the only team I think
Paul or Devin Booker don't get hurt. I think the Suns are gonna win it all.
I don't know.
I think stay healthy.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
Giannis is more calm. Giannis is more calm than he ever been. And I think ever since he got that ring and that monkey off his back, I think he's played better than he's played.
I do like that he's more confident, and he'll take jump shots and he'll shoot some threes, even if he's not hitting them all the time. At least he'll take them, and he's making the defense respect that.
Yeah, his game.
And in clutch time this year, he's been. I mean, look at the other night. He hit that step back three when they came back and beat the Nets I think it was last week of the regular season.
Yeah,
he played big in that game in crunch time.
Personally, I think Giannis is the best player in basketball. That's just me. But
yeah,
I think he's the best player. It's a two-way race. It's him or Kevin Durant.
If he gets a consistent jumper, he's gonna be unstoppable.
I think he's unstoppable now. I think right now he's the most dominant player since Shaq to ever play, like as a big man.
No comment here.
That's one guy you just can't stop.
And his motor is always running. Giannis never takes.
He gets better. It's crazy. He gets better and better every year.
Yes.
He has so much hunger.
It's crazy. He won 2 back-to-back MVPs. He has a Finals MVP, and we're saying probably this year he's better than what he was like in the other years.
And he's a humble guy.
And he did it the right way.
He hasn't let success to get to his head. Like Michael said, he's still hungry. He's still hungry. He wants to do more. He's not. He hasn't got satisfied.
And like he's not. He did it the right. He didn't go nowhere to switch. He didn't ask for a trade. He didn't force his way out nowhere. He said, "I'm gonna win one in Milwaukee as the best player," and they did.
Yeah, he didn't join and go make super teams like some.
You're right.
Most of these players, a lot of these players, did super teams. Giannis is the first one I can say. Giannis and Steph, they did it the right way. They stayed where they were right way.
Now, let me ask you all a question. Does the fact that LeBron might have been chasing championships by going to team after team, does that affect his legacy?
I don't think so.
It does a little bit.
I don't think so.
I
think his final losses affect his legacy more than him switching from team to team.
You can't be the GOAT and be. You want to join and be with everybody, like.
But also, if he would have won, we're saying that now because he only has 4 rings and he's been to the final like 11. But if he would have won at least 3 of them, the ones that he should have won, everyone would have thought of him differently. If LeBron would have won, I'll say if LeBron won 6 rings and he still got accolades he got now, we will think of him differently. It'll be more of a debate with him and Jordan with others. I think he would have won 7. If LeBron didn't have so much finals losses, then it wouldn't be hard for him to put him in the GOAT conversation.
I thought I got to hit you all with this one. Okay. LeBron went to 3 different teams. KD went to different teams. Everybody went to different teams. How would you feel if you stood with one team and you beat Michael Jordan at his prime? You beat Larry Bird at his prime. And you beat Magic Johnson at his prime with one team. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It feels different.
Who am I talking about?
You said who? You said Magic Johnson.
Beat Magic Johnson in his prime.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird and beat Magic in his prime.
You talking about Mike?
One team.
Yeah, that's Mike. Yeah.
You talking about Mike?
Who was it?
You talking about Mike and
Isaiah Thomas?
Mike and Isaiah
Thomas.
Oh,
I'm talking about my dog, my partner, my heart and soul, Isaiah Thomas. Yes.
Isaiah did do that.
Talking about Mike and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Isaiah Thomas is the second greatest point guard ever. So he's the best guard under 6'2".
I think it means, I don't know. To me, it just means a little more when you stay with one team and you build it.
Yeah, you deal with the pain.
Build it, yeah.
I think when you deal with the pain,
what I'm saying, y'all.
I think it's more sweeter. Like I think, honestly, like for example, I bet $5 you ask LeBron what was his favorite championship, he'll say Cleveland.
Yes,
everything he's been through in Cleveland,
yeah.
And then he can give the team a championship. Like I bet you ask some of these people, like I bet Tom Brady, the Bucks, his 7th Super Bowl win wasn't like he was just like, okay, he'd rather won with the Patriots.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I think personally, if you're like the growing pains you're going through it, because imagine you going through it, you're losing to one team every time. Because for example, Isaiah Thomas, they literally only lost to one team every year. It was the Celtics in the 80s. The Celtics was the best team in basketball.
And do you know Jordan lost 9 years in a row? Y'all know that?
Jordan made it the first round until he got Pippen.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
like the growing pains mean something. So when you first get that championship, it feels better. I get that sometimes you want to leave to get your title, but I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant will probably tell you I'd rather win one in OKC than in Golden State. That's why Kevin Durant went to Brooklyn, because he wants to win somewhere where he's the guy, and I think you want to win somewhere where you the guy and where you've been through the most, where your career grew up there to you winning that title.
And during Jordan's era, once Jordan started winning, he didn't let nobody else get titles. And in this era, the great players, always moving around. You see a lot of other people getting titles, where back then it was only time people got titles after he started winning was when he took the years off.
In most cases, fellas, too, except besides Golden State, most teams had to go through the struggle. Again, Lakers, Celtics, Detroit Pistons, they got beat by the Celtics. Every team has to go.
Chicago Bulls too.
Yeah, the Bulls.
There you go. They have to go through that. Golden State didn't do that. They're one of the very fortunate ones. But most teams have to go through that
But I'm not going to say either.
That's
Golden
why I
State,
say Phoenix is going to win this year.
I think that still haunts them to this day. I think if you ask them still, I think that haunts them more than winning a championship, being up 3-1 and still losing. And you were 73-9. I think that haunts them. That growing pain right there, they're never going to get over that.
Because they would have been the best.
That's legit the best. That would have been the best team
yeah,
ever
they would
played.
have finished it.
Yeah.
No argument there, fellas.
Let me throw this out there. If Jordan didn't go play baseball for the 2 years, do you think the Bulls would have won 8 in a row instead of 6?
Yes.
No question.
No question.
Jordan needed a break.
Nope.
There's nobody that can, besides LeBron, I don't think nobody can do that much dominance. And plus, I think Hakeem Olajuwon was on a whole different level.
They would have been.
Hakeem Olajuwon was the best player in basketball when he won those championships.
They would not have won 8. Come on now.
They would have.
I don't think
They would have won both. They would have won one of them. They would have won that 94 one because the Knicks took.
Yeah, they would have beat the Knicks.
They would have won that 94 one.
Freddie Jordan did on this one.
I don't think he would have won 8 in a row. I don't think nobody can win 8 in a row.
Oh, Fred's in the house now? Oh, we got Fred.
I think Michael Jordan retired at the perfect time.
What are we talking about?
If Michael Jordan never.
Michael Jordan didn't go play baseball. Do you think the Bulls would have won 8 in a row instead of having the 2 3-peats?
Yeah, they would have.
No,
thank you,
Freddie. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Hey, because it ain't no quit. We lost our dude Deontay, unfortunately, because I would love to see his reaction. What I'm about to say. Hopefully, we can get him back in pretty soon. But there ain't no quit in Michael Jordan.
Nope.
He wouldn't have quit. And Con, man, I'm surprised that you're taking this approach because you know better. Out of everybody in this panel, you add my age, add Chris' age, add Greg age, we still don't have the number of history of an historian like you do, sir. So I'm very disappointed in you, sir, in this. But like I said, that Chicago Bulls team, they would have made sure it would have been loaded for Michael Jordan. They had Dennis Rodman, you had Scotty, you had the role players, you had the great coach in Phil Jackson. There's nobody at that time was going to be able to beat Michael Jordan.
All right, fellas. Freddie, you, my heart and soul. How many NBA teams have won 8 NBA championships in a row beside the Celtics?
Nobody.
That's it.
So my point, Freddie. Sorry, bro. No.
Well, if it wasn't 8 straight, they would have won 7 out of 8 because
the Bulls would have. I'll give you all that. Maybe. No, not 8 in a row, Freddie. Come on, 8 in a row.
You got to realize, Mike. When did Michael Jordan retire? He didn't retire as a bum. He didn't retire as a guy that couldn't play basketball. Nobody ever questioned that about Jordan. He just retired to take a break. And me personally, I think a lot had to do with his losing his father. You got to remember, he was still the best player in the game.
Oh, yes.
I mean, who's there? Who's going to beat him? Larry Bird had a bad back at that point, so the Boston wasn't doing anything. The bad boy Pistons, the Bulls, Chicago didn't finally figure out how to beat them by that time. Yeah. Magic and Kareem and all them boys, they wasn't doing that. So who could beat them those 2 years?
Look who was in the West Coast during those years.
I mean, were they afraid of Malone? And I don't think they was really afraid of them.
And then at the end of their last 3-peat, if they would have kept Phil and Jordan stayed, they might have had a chance to win another one there.
They definitely would have won in a 99 because that was the lockout season. So they would have had enough time to rest. They would have had enough time to rest. So yeah, they would have won that.
You see, that general manager won. He won the new coach and was getting rid of Phil, and that's when Jordan said if he wasn't playing for nobody else.
Yep.
You see, this is what I have to do. I gotta stop doing what I'm doing. Big Daddy Freddie got to come on here and educate, and then that's what I see. That's what I do.
That is. Jordan is the GOAT, no question.
Yes.
Who you got in
I'm
the,
not
in the
arguing that.
NBA Finals, Freddie?
This year?
Yeah.
Oh man. See, I know what my heart is telling me, but I know what my mind is telling me as well. My heart is telling me I want to go with Brooklyn because I think Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving is unstoppable. But my mind is telling me do not sleep on Milwaukee because these guys know what it takes when it gets to this time of year. They finally
Yep.
learned how to bust a cherry and learning how to win last
Yeah.
year. And in the West, I'm gonna go with a sleeper team, man. I'm gonna go with a team that I'm not gonna say they're a sleeper, but they're a surprise team that I think they'd have advanced their youth. I think they have matured over the year. I'm gonna go with the Memphis Grizzlies. You're talking about one of the deepest teams in the NBA, one of the deepest teams in the NBA with Ja Morant and Jackson and the crew.
I gotta call 911. I gotta call 911 right now.
Hey, them guys are young. They can hustle. They play defense. They got a star in John Morant. They're a scary team.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Very fun. Yes. Yep.
Damian Hernandez says the Bulls could have had 10 championships if Jordan didn't retire and leave to Washington.
Tell him he needs to go see a psychiatrist.
Oh, and also, did you guys see that Sammy Watkins? I know it's not NBA, but did you see Sammy Watkins got signed with the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, nice.
That's a good
nice.
pickup.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
didn't know that.
pickup.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they still not gonna go to Super Bowl, but that's a good.
No, I like that pick. I like that.
That's a good
Is
pick.
that their Devontae Adams?
I like that. I like that. That's good.
Hey, that's all right. My team, we already have enough receipt. We have Cooper Cup. We have Allen. We got Jefferson. We still got our tight ends. Still, I mean, you know, we know we got. I hope the Chiefs make it to the AFC to the Super Bowl so we can go ahead and make Mahomes run around. Big Daddy.
He ain't gonna run around this time.
I don't care what O-line you got in place. You better be doing a brick down there because if Big Daddy down will find a hole, he coming through it.
It's all good. We got one of the best offensive lines in football now. We good.
Yeah, you better hope.
Good
There's
now.
a hole. There's a hole. He coming through. He gonna build, break, and tear it down.
We'll see. We play the Rams this year during the season here. So
we do.
What happened? Oh yeah, they gotta come to Patty's house. They gotta come to Patty's house. Yeah.
I'm getting excited. I might need to go get me some tickets.
Yeah, come on down. We'll go.
Hey, I wonder if I come down will old Greg treat me with some hospitality. He probably won't because against the Rams.
No, I got you. We'll go. Kansas City is home of the best barbecue. We'll do it. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hernandez says Sammy Watkins can't stay healthy. How is that a good pickup? Well,
we don't know if he's
healthy.
healthy. We don't know that.
He's better. He's better. I mean, he's better than anybody they have right now at receiver after they got rid of Adams. They lost. Everybody forgets they also lost Scantling. I mean, they don't have hardly any receivers at all right now.
But I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna do their damage in the draft. They got those draft picks.
Yep.
They're gonna get somebody. If I was them, I would call Seattle. Say, hey, is DK available? What do you want? There's the other receiver beside him.
Lockett.
Is Lockett available? Hey, I'm calling just to see. Hey, are they free? You know, and I'm trading. I might trade a pick for them and then pick one up in the draft. And I mean, hey, then
you do have some good receivers coming up in the draft.
Yeah,
right? It's not a good quarterback draft, but it's good. There's some good receivers in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sammy, when he was here with the Chiefs, he was one of the key pieces.
Yeah,
people don't really talk about it.
See, that's the problem.
Super Bowl against the Niners when he shook Richard Sherman in that last drive in the fourth quarter. one of the biggest plays in the game.
last couple of years. That's the problem with Kansas City to me. They didn't really know who that third guy was. See, with Sammy, you knew who your third guy was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they tried Pringle, they tried a couple people, they tried Josh Gordon. You know, I mean, they tried different things, but they never could. But they would replace Sammy Watkins.
That's why they're gonna draft somebody. That first round pick, they're gonna grab them somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fellas, I want to ask you all a question real quick. Do you think Antonio Brown lands on somebody's team?
Oh, did you guys hear? Oh, speaking of Antonio Brown, did you guys hear what Kanye came out about Antonio Brown?
No.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
He said he has a plan to get Antonio Brown back in the league, and he said this is the deal: if he stay on the roster with no trouble for a whole season, the team owes him $20 million.
Oh,
now, if he gets in trouble, they owe the team $20 million.
Okay, so you say Antonio would give the team 20 or Kanye?
Kanye, no, Antonio Brown.
So if that's the only way you can get somebody to act right, that says a lot right there. That's the only way you get somebody to act right is it. You gotta threaten to pay $20 million out your pocket. That's crazy.
I'm telling y'all, Antonio Brown will be playing for the Ravens.
I got something for you guys. Antonio Brown, you can come to the ASAP Network, do a show here. But if you don't work out, you got to pay us $20 million.
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
He'll be playing for the Ravens.
I can see that. He's going to get on somewhere just because he's so talented. Somebody's going to take a chance on him.
And fellas, who does he work out with?
There we go. We have Deontay back now.
My bad, y'all. My Wi-Fi
Another one we got.
somehow messed
Oh,
up. But what's the question?
Deontay, you ran from me, sir.
No, I ain't run for you, Freddie.
I came on here and you left.
My Wi-Fi messed up, man.
Hey, his Wi-Fi. Hey, Freddie, his Wi-Fi was good the whole show until you jumped on.
I know. What's up with that? What's going on with that, Freddie? Come on. What's up with
Next thing you know, he came on. Next thing you know, all I seen, everybody was reloading this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, what's on my Wi-Fi?
Hey, Chris, I understand. It's like I said this morning, bro. I can't go too hard on the new guys because they run and leave. I guess I wasn't even trying to go hard on you today, Deontay. I really wasn't. I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry. I understand, though. Because sometimes I look in the mirror, I run for myself. I'm that scary.
All right, what's the topic then?
Oh, we talk about Antonio Brown. Do you think he'll land on the team this season?
No. I think.
Did you see what Kanye just put out today?
Who?
Kanye West. He said this: if whatever team picks him up, if Antonio Brown does not get in trouble for the whole season, the team owes them $20 million. Now, if he do act up and get off the team, he has to pay them $20 million.
Floyd Mayweather said that too yesterday.
That might have been Floyd. It might not have been Kanye. You might be right.
I don't think Kanye said it. If Kanye said it, I don't know, but his contract's going to be worth more than it's going to be worth more than $20 million.
I don't
think
he's
He's
going to get a prove it deal.
You think he's going to get a veteran deal?
He'll get some kind of prove it deal that has a lot of most of the money will be in incentives.
I think.
No, my bad. You're right, Deontay. It was Floyd, not Kanye.
Well, what? But where was it? So where would he go though? That's the question. Chiefs, Cowboys,
Ravens, Baltimore Ravens.
I can see him one day, but I don't see him. It was just not even a year ago where he took off his whole uniform and gave everybody the peace sign.
Acted crazy.
But you know what, you guys? I'm gonna say this.
And then
about
plus,
that situation,
he warmed his welcome everywhere he went.
I'm gonna say this about that situation. Yes, he was wrong. He control his fate. He control what decision that he make. But are we sure Bruce Arians is 100%?
Oh no, Bruce Arians is an a-hole. Everybody said that.
Even Tom Brady said Bruce Arians was.
Peyton Manning said
well,
Bruce Arians is an a-hole.
Now, but yeah.
We all know, but everybody knew Bruce Arians was an a-hole when you came in it. Came with it. That's what I'm saying. But
so back to that question, Deontay, before you ran from me. They asked you, I'm sorry to go back to it, but I just want to see your facial expression. If Michael Jordan didn't retire those 2 years, would they win 8 in a row?
No.
And I said,
thank you. I got some guy. Thank you. Thank you.
I said yes for the exact reason that they don't. He's not built like LeBron. He ain't gonna quit like LeBron. He got heart.
Yeah, say that. Say that.
So yeah.
But my thing is, playing till June every year takes a toll on your body. I think he would have tore something if he didn't take that break.
But
and plus, I don't think
it's not like he took 2 years off and he didn't go play a sport. He went to go play baseball.
I think Hakeem Olajuwon was the best player in basketball.
I got to say, fellas, I got to say this. When they played Utah, if y'all remember, Utah was up. Y'all remember Jordan was playing on the weak side and I'm stealing the ball from Karl Malone. If that didn't take place, the whole perspective been changed.
But guess what? That just shows you how great the guy is about what he has to do, that he knows what it takes to win. So you're proving
I hear you.
Con, you're proving my point.
Jordan,
that would have changed the landscape.
But guess what? He knows what it takes to win. And guess what? He did what it takes to win. And I'm just saying that if he would have played those 2 years, still had the same roster, still have Phil Jackson, there's nobody in the league that was going to beat him at the time. See, what the difference between Jordan and LeBron, Jordan don't let those guys eat. There's people in LeBron eras that have won championships while LeBron been in the game.
Yep.
I get what you're saying. A lot of people did. A lot of people.
You don't get. You understand.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think nobody can just win 8 straight finals unless you Bill Russell playing with dudes. No offense, they're playing people like Chris. They're playing Chris. They're playing.
Don't on the old people now. Don't be throwing the old people now.
Bill Russell's playing guys that are my height.
Deontay, who's your GOAT?
I ain't watched Jordan play.
But I'm asking you, who's your GOAT?
I'm all about who I've seen play, and I got to put LeBron in it. But I don't knock people saying Jordan's better than LeBron.
I didn't watch Jordan play, but guess what?
It's the big thing y'all said. When Jordan was the best player in basketball, he won everything. Nobody could touch him. I understand that argument. That's one argument I can't say about.
I got a little pushback on you. How can you say, how old are you, Deontay?
I'm 22.
22?
Yeah, that's
22?
You didn't see it.
I got so for 22.
Same age as my son.
Yeah, I just think you see you're around that era.
Kobe's my all-time favorite player. I love Kobe.
No.
I'm a Kobe fan, but
you're around that era that I'm telling folks who Kobe is, but because you have LeBron over Kobe.
Kobe's my all-time favorite player, but I'm gonna say why. Kobe has won MVP. That's one.
He was robbed for at least 2 of them.
Kobe, one of those LeBron makes everybody around him better.
Kobe don't?
All right, we're going to name that team in 2007 that LeBron had. Could Kobe lead that team to the finals? Or the best player?
I got y'all.
There was nobody in the Eastern Conference. They beat a Pistons team that 2007. They beat a Pistons team that was on the end. They were.
And you do realize that,
you're talking to a guy that grew up Kobe. Like, I love Kobe. Kobe's the reason I start watching basketball.
But you do realize that, players can lead. It might not show up in the assists.
I know about the assist column. I know basketball matters. There's 3 things that matter in basketball: points, rebounds, and defense. And I'll put turnover efficiency. Those are the 4 key things.
What I'm saying is that even though Kobe might not be going out there getting 8, 9, 10 assists like Jordan is, but guess him just going out there motivating guys, him being the leader that he is. I'm gonna say this: Kobe's a better leader than Jordan.
And youngster.
That Last Dance
22
made
years
everybody
old.
look like Jordan. I ain't gonna lie. That Last Dance made me like, if I play with Jordan, I have to put my
No,
hand.
my bad. Let me rephrase. I said the wrong thing. Kobe is a better leader than LeBron.
I can
Hell
see
yeah.
that. I can see that.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
I agree.
LeBron,
I agree with
Kobe
that.
ain't gonna leave his players on the bench.
I agree.
Kobe-
I 100% agree.
These last two games,
Kobe
that
hold
they-
his team to a different standard than LeBron does.
Yeah, you think he's
Yes,
gonna allow this
yes,
man to win
yes,
this year in
yes.
LA? Hell
And that's
no,
how- and that's
Kobe ain't gonna
how,
put up with that. Kobe
that's how Jordan
Kobe and
was.
Russell
Jordan
had
held his
the
team
power.
Yeah,
different.
Jordan was the same way.
My
Jordan
thing
held his
is,
team to a certain standard.
I would rather have. I think LeBron is better, but if I had to pick I'll do Kobe. And also, I'm all about systems. So, which system we're in? LeBron, you could put him in any system. You can't put Kobe in every system. I think. Look with him and D'Antoni.
Well,
give
no.
Like that.
People are not going to judge it by who the coach was,
Mike
bro.
D'Antoni's
They're not gonna be
system was
judged by who
all
the-
So you don't
jacked
think
up.
coaching matters?
No,
I'm
Mike
not saying-
D'Antoni's system was crazy.
So when they mention
Play no
Kobe,
defense.
they mention the coach. No. They're not going to
Same
mention.
You gotta realize Kobe played with one of the hardest systems there is in the
The triangle offense.
Yeah, the triangle offense.
triangle. Yeah.
Anybody can't just play in the triangle offense.
LeBron's the only player to have 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists. All right,
All right, fellas.
That's
Freddie,
cute.
can I?
All right,
I'm fucked up now. I gotta speak.
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
have
If
to speak.
LeBron is not
Let
your
me
greatest
speak.
player of all time, where do y'all place LeBron in the all-time list?
He number
All right.
6 to me.
Let me y'all tell you something. I know I'm old school. I'm old as dirt, but whatever. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You find anybody in the NBA, collegiate, high school level, that's been better than Lou Alcindor,
Nobody.
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar. I say LeBron the best NBA player of all
That
time.
is
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
the
better
man.
than basketball
Why
player.
does nobody talk about Jabbar as being the best of all time?
Yeah, nobody ever
Because his
said
name
that.
is not
You know why?
Jordan's more of a
You know what?
mature name.
It's not
I'll
flashy.
tell you all why. I'm gonna tell you why.
It's not
Look
flashy.
at what he stands for. He done fought the Muslims. He done fought all the stuff, racial discrimination, all that stuff has been held against him. Look at his high school record. Look at his collegiate record. Look at his.
He's the best
NBA
basketball player ever.
He's not as sexy
Ain't
as
nobody.
Jordan is,
I don't
or
care.
LeBron is.
Michael Jordan, LeBron. Look at Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Because he's the
Ain't
best.
nobody
He's the best college
has
player of
the
all
career
time.
he is at.
By far, he's the
And
best.
guess
college
what?
player that there is.
We talked about Mark Jackson being barred from the NBA. Who you think's been barred more? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know why? Because he was with Jim Brown, Bill Russell, all them guys, because they fought against racism. That's why he don't work in the NBA. That's
think
why
that's one
he don't
reason.
get the credit he deserves.
I think it's because he's a center too, and he's not as like what Freddie said. He's not a sexy pick as LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, and then Kareem. There's another thing about Kareem I'll give him. Kareem had the most unstoppable move in NBA history.
That's good. Yeah, youngster. That's good. That's good.
The sky hook.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna shut my mouth now. Go ahead.
Only move that can't.
Oh, we got some
It can't be
breaking
done.
news, you guys.
Uh-oh.
Out of the Seattle Seahawks, they got their quarterback.
Who they got?
Baker Mayfield.
Better. They just signed him to a 1-year deal.
Who?
For
Colin
$7
Kaepernick.
million. Geno Smith.
I hate you.
Oh, that.
Oh, wow.
You was better off.
Yeah, but you had me all hyped up thinking,
You better off having me.
All right, well, he was good like 8 years ago.
Chris
but-
is on this on his phone like, whew, let me see who.
yeah, I was trying to figure out what you was talking about because I'm like, I ain't seeing no breaking news yet.
I said I checked my phone too. I'm like, hold
He
on.
was good until he got his job broke. He was good.
Hey, another player. I'm not saying that he's greatest of all time. But I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. All that people talk about was he's a 3-point shooter. Is Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a hell of a lot more than just outside shooter.
Yeah, Larry Bird. Yeah.
I was sure about to say you're from Indiana, so you're saying that. But
Hey, I was a Reggie Miller fan, but because I'm a diehard Pacer fan. But hey, Larry Bird could play, and all they ever
Larry
talk
Bird
about
was
is
a
him
monster.
shooting the three.
you got to realize at his peak, he won 3 straight MVPs for a reason.
And you know what? We might as well say. I know we slander them so much, but the best organization in the basketball history is the Lakers. We have all-time greats at every position. Like name
Yeah,
a position
yeah,
that we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have.
All right, yeah, right there.
I can't knock y'all.
The 17
Yeah, yeah.
championship. I
Aren't y'all
mean,
tied with Boston though?
yeah, but you got to realize Boston won theirs. A lot of theirs when the NBA wasn't the NBA. It had a lot of the rule changes and all that. We won 10 more in the modern day era. So yeah,
Y'all have a great organization.
Woo, legendary.
Back
And
in
you
the
know
day.
what? And I'm gonna tell you this. See, a lot of this stuff that's going on right now, it happens at every other organization, but it's getting highlighted more because it's LA, Hollywood, it's the Lakers. So I
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
y'all ain't got the worst organization. That's the New York Knicks.
Yeah,
But
that's the Knicks all day.
no, it's not
True.
true, brother. It's the
That's the
Sacramento
Knicks all
Kings.
day, boy.
The Sacramento
That's true.
Kings.
New York Knicks is the worst franchise in basketball. The worst franchise in sports.
Sacramento's right up there. Sacramento's right up there.
Well, Portland is worse.
Well, at least Portland won a playoff series, you know.
Portland's been in the playoffs. And
They've
Knicks,
been, yeah.
Knicks are just awful.
Now, you
What's the
gotta
worst
realize-
franchise in sports, though? I say the Detroit Lions.
It's,
I don't
but
care
the
what
La-
anybody says. The Lions is the worst franchise in sports.
the Lakers need a coach. If Braun is gonna stay, they can't have no yes man Braun coach.
Nah, we get Mark Jackson.
Somebody.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson don't want that job.
I would love Mark Jackson. I would love the coach down there in Toronto as well.
Nick
Forgot his
Nurse?
name. They was talking about this morning that the Lakers president Jay. I'm like, bro, you went to Dallas.
Dwayne
Like, how's
Casey's a
that
good
gonna
one,
work?
too.
Now I
How
don't
they
know.
just-
I know we talked about it yesterday, Chris. I said I don't know if he'll do it because of his Celtic roots, but Rick Carlisle would work well for the Lakers.
I love Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle would work very well. I don't know if he'll do it because he's Celtic. He's got that Celtic blood. But
I don't want him to
That's
leave
not
the
a bad
Pacers.
choice, though, bro. Good. That's not bad.
They're
Rick
talking about Rick
Carlisle's a
Carlisle.
very underrated coach.
They're talking
I
about
think
Rick
he's
Carlisle.
just as good as Doc.
Doc ain't that good of a coach, bro. Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't do
Rick
that.
Carlisle is a better coach than Doc. I'll say that.
Man,
I
Doc
like Rick
Rivers.
Carlisle. I like his
Okay, yeah.
offensive schemes. I
Doc
like his
Rivers is
offensive
one of the
play.
most overrated coaches in NBA history. Stop it. He had one big year in Boston, that's
I'm not going to say
I-
that. I think that's Phil Jackson, but I'm just going to speak. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, he
Oh,
got 11
I-
of them.
Bill won 10 rings. Was it 10?
Kobe,
Next show,
Kobe and Jordan.
hey yo, next show, I'm
11.
gonna tell y'all about my experience knowing about Doc Rivers and Avery
I
Bradley
love Doc
when he
Rivers.
played for the Sun. That's next show. That's next show. Next. I got one. Next show.
Yeah, I don't know who else the Lakers could get though. Honestly, I really don't.
I honestly, Rick Carlisle is probably the best.
Yeah, Rick
They
Carlisle's
can
the
give
best option.
They
Rick
can
Carlisle
give
and
you
Mark
the
Jackson
coach.
are two best options.
No.
They can
Whoever
give
they
you-
get, fellas.
With the way the
whoever they
roster's
get.
constructed, I don't think it's going to matter who the coach is. Oh,
That's facts too. Bossy, you're gonna have to
You
get rid of
can't-
Westbrook.
Chris Westbrook is gone, bro. He's going to be on
Are
your
you trading
roster
AD?
next year.
Are you trading AD?
Oh no. We need right now we got a plan for AD. The whole city of Los Angeles, we're coming together. We're
He's gonna
coming
play a
together
whole season.
2-3 times out of the summer, and we go all hold hands and we're gonna pray.
you're going to put a bubble around them?
Yeah.
Try to
Yes,
keep
we
them
wanted
hurt?
all of that. 'Cause
It's always
AD,
his ankle too.
hey, when he's healthy, he's a problem. He's
He's a top 5
Hey.
talent healthy.
Hey, Freddie, all right, let me hit you up, boss. How much money does LeBron invest in his body, his physical fitness?
I believe $1 million.
Why
bucks a year.
didn't AD do the same damn thing and work with him?
I'm gonna say this.
You know what? That's a great question.
That's a very
Thank
good-
you.
I'm gonna say this. That's
Great
not a great question. I'm gonna say this. Listen, we do not need to fall in the trap like that other network is or anybody else. Because I do agree with AD. I believe he do work. We don't know what he do because we don't see him. He could be working. These injuries that he had this year, freak accidents. It could be
It's the
any
same
one of them.
It's always a freak accident with him.
Guess what? That's not
It's always his ankle.
That's not him and his work ethic, though. That's not that work. It's him.
Then Freddie, why he come to camp out of shape? Why did he
Deontay.
come to camp out of shape?
Well, who said he came out of shape? To me,
The Lakers did.
To me, he looked like he was in his best shape when he came. He was bigger. But if me and Deontay playing basketball, I jump up for a rebound, I fall on his ankle, guess what's going to happen? It's going to hurt his ankle. We seen it with LeBron.
Yeah, right.
We seen it with Steph Curry this year. So we can't always just say, "Oh, he's not a hard worker. He don't work out. He need to do this." No, it's going to happen to anybody, you guys. If Chris and Greg decide to go play basketball, if Chris go up for a dunk and Greg's leg right there, he roll into it. Guess what? Sorry, Greg, you're gonna be hurt.
But time after time after time,
like
it gives you.
Look.
That's the most bad luck person I've ever
AD's
met.
body built is like he could play with Will Chamberlain in them.
When you
AD's body built.
When have you ever seen him play more than 70 games in a season? AD.
Hey, but that's who he is, bro. That's who he is.
Okay, that's who he is. So why should the Lakers depend on him if that's who he is?
Hold up, you saying that's who he is? Look at Joel Embiid. He was injury prone and he started working this offseason, and now he hasn't been hurt for real. He's been
and
playing.
Why is that?
Because he invested in his body.
So how do we
Thank
know
you.
he's not investing in his body?
That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
I'm asking.
Do you think if it's this investing in your body, this is when you injured. I understand if he had different type injuries, it's never like his shoulders, it's always his lower legs, and it's always the same. It's always his ankle. Yeah. And you saying it's a freak accident? Not every time he lands, he twists his ankle. Like, it happens every time.
What state do you live in, Deontay? What state do you live in?
Georgia.
I think that's 6 hours away from me. I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive out there. We're gonna record. We're gonna play basketball, and I'm gonna go up for a dunk. And if your ankle,
I don't want to be there for that. I won't be there for that.
We finna sue.
Hey, what happened with LeBron?
But LeBron usually didn't get hurt. That's the one thing.
When Hayes fell on LeBron's ankle, what happened?
But this is every year with AD.
Even the Iron Man and LeBron James, the most durable athlete in NBA history, he get hurt when people die with his ankle. It happened last year, too.
Freddie, when you are in the best shape of your life, it's called about recovery. So when you get hurt, you can recover quicker if you're in shape.
Michael, we seen Michael Thomas with a high ankle sprain. How long did it take him to recover?
I agree.
Good question. I
agree.
I don't have an answer for that one.
And how do we not know Anthony Davis is not in his best shape of his life? How do we know that?
Because they reported it.
He's never even said he was in the best shape of his life.
But do he have to?
They said he came into training camp out of shape, is what the report said.
When did they say this dude to me looked the biggest that he's ever been?
Because he was overweight.
No, I'm talking about muscular. I'm talking about muscle. I'm like, whoa, this dude done picked up some weight. When did they say he came out of training camp? I don't want to hear what Stephen A. Smith say. I want to know who was Adrian Wojnarowski, whoever, Chris Haynes, or whoever say, all the Lakers say, oh, AD came out of shape. When was this reported?
All right, Fred, what happened this offseason? What happened? He got married.
But how do we know he did not in shape, Michael? There's a lot of people get married.
Because
hell, when I get married, well, I'm already be out of shape, but still.
I mean, you do pick up some weight when
that's all I'm saying.
I'm
not saying he was like totally out of shape. He didn't come correct because he got married, honeymoon, you know that, the whole thing, whatever.
Did you see him though? Exactly. Chris, there you go.
Hey guys, I want Michael, Deontay, Freddie, and Greg. I want to thank all you guys for coming on today. I got to go. Freddie can finish it up, but so I got a show that starts.
I don't want to deal with Freddie no more.
I got a show starts. I got a show starts at 3:00. So I got to go do my sports betting show. But we'll be back tomorrow. Back on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. You guys are more than welcome to come on.
All right, no problem.
Definitely.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. You guys have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right, Chris. Yeah.
You really don't think AD is out of shape? That's crazy.
How do we know AD's out of shape? Though? I just want to know that. How do we know?
If multiple insiders are telling you that AD came to training camp out of shape, he's out of shape.
Yeah, he's out of shape. Yeah.
What? Which one's the only person I heard saying that was Stephen A. Smith? And I don't
Actually,
I think
Skipper was saying it too, that he came out of shape.
And I don't take too much of a grain of salt what Stephen A. Smith saying. I just don't. Honestly.
I ain't gonna lie, that man, even though he makes some BS calls, but he got some basketball knowledge. I'll give him that. He got some knowledge. He knows. If you've been in the game, if you've been in this for like 30 or 40 years, you're gonna have some connections inside of every team.
I think Stephen A. Me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is my opinion. When Stephen A. signed that big contract, he didn't kind of change his ways of how he do certain things.
I think Stephen A.'s the face of sports media.
No, he is. No. We definitely all look up to him because I mean,
that's why I grew up. Like I realized I can do this is because of Stephen A. Smith. So
yeah. But I noticed I can do this when I had Greg. Greg, you remember when you did our first debate show? I kind of had Greg a little scared.
It was too. Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith, and it was Stephen A. Smith, Mike Wilbon. I'm trying to think of who was the other person. It's another person. And Michael Smith when his and hers was there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna tell you who the person I did not like at all. I'm glad ESPN.
It's Stuart Scott.
I'm glad ESPN got rid of him. That big black big dude. That he got too personal for me, man. Whitlock.
Oh, Jason Whitlock.
Fox got rid of him too.
He gets fired from everywhere. He used to be here in KC. He wrote for the Kansas City Star. He got booted out of there. He had his own radio show here. He got booted out of there. He gets booted out everywhere he goes.
Well, I just can't stand him.
Yeah, Whitlock. Yeah, Whitlock.
He just got fired from Fox Sports.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who the GOAT is that's taking over this media world. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp is good. I like Shannon.
Shannon Sharp's good. Marcellus Wiley.
Yeah.
I like Marcellus Wiley. I like Emmanuel Acho. Ryan Clark is a good NFL analyst.
And then
Kendrick Perkins is nice.
Yeah.
Marcus Spears.
They got no way, no how.
Are you talking about Rob Parker?
Rob Parker.
I love Rob Parker.
Yeah, man, we gotta get him back on as a guest one day. Maybe we'll see if we get him on for a morning show.
Now, I'm gonna ask him about Matt Stafford. We're gonna have a debate about Matt Stafford, me and Rob Parker.
You don't like Matt Stafford?
No, I love Matt Stafford. That's why he hates Matt Stafford.
I'm about to say, man, you better watch out for my team because
I'm a huge Stafford guy. I knew when he was in LA, he was gonna make some noise. Matt Stafford, he was just in a terrible situation.
The Chiefs not gonna want to see him next year.
Like I told you, the Detroit Lions is the worst franchise in sports.
How are you a Chargers fan?
Well, Damian Thomas is my all-time favorite player.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Ever since then, he even retired. I'm a diehard fan. Philip Rivers, my guy. Antonio Gates. It's always fun teams to watch. We've never been terrible. We just been average. I'd rather be terrible than average because we just got some picks. Well, it was terrible one year, and we got Justin Herbert, so I'm not tripping.
Oh, there it is. Got a franchise quarterback out of it, so it worked out.
Hey, we need one. How the West is looking. I like
it's going to be hard this year. Yes.
Yeah. We win in division still, but it's going to be hard.
No, the Chiefs win in the division again.
Oh man!
How many years have been 5 straight years?
I'm gonna make a request. I gotta make a request. When the Chargers and the Chiefs are playing together this year, you guys have to do a live play-by-play reaction.
We're gonna do.
I will.
Okay.
Cause I know my.
I usually get like super into the game, so y'all. Different side. Y'all gonna see a different side.
I'll be on the verge of. Putting my hands on people. I'll be like, bro, it's not supposed to be this hard. Like I know what they're doing.
Hey man, hey, y'all should see when the Lakers playing. I'm up in the screen cussing them out like, hey, hey. Like
How the Lakers look this year, I ain't gonna lie. I watched the Lakers twice this year, and I seen how they played, and I said I would never watch the Lakers game again. Until this team is dismantled, I would not watch the Lakers play.
We'll just watch it next year.
I won't. Y'all are gonna be just as bad if y'all get rid of it.
I guess you ain't watching the championship next year.
Y'all not gonna be there.
No, they're not gonna be in that either.
Unless the only Los Angeles team has a chance is the Clippers.
Speaking of the Clippers, I got a Clipper appointment to go take care of.
All right. Thank y'all. Y'all take it easy.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for joining the afternoon ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Shout out to Deontay, Greg, Chris, and the Con Man. It's another great episode. Until next time.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the diamond.